Got a fish going right there. Boom. Coming to life, putting the old ugly stick to the test, but oh, he's nettable. I'll tell you, it's a completely different day out here today, outside of the bass boats that just came by me. It's slick as glass out here. No wind yet. I've been out here on some guide trips this week, and it has blown pretty hard. It's some of the same winds that led to some of the stuff at the Bassmaster Classic in Texas with some boats getting swamped, and it was blowing pretty good. We had a front come through, and when the front came through for about an hour, it was we stayed out of it to sum it up. It was getting pretty good. I was in the Lund. I was perfectly safe out there. On our lake, it doesn't get horribly bad, but it was rocking and rolling. Today, slick as a glass out here, man. It's just beautiful. You know, is it going to make the fish bite? I don't know. We'll see. The guide trip was a struggle. We caught some fish early. The wind started, and it was just pretty much impossible to anchor when you're getting, you know, 18 to 20 sustained, gusting to 35, 41, I think was the max. It's hard to anchor. It's aggravating more than anything. I think it's more of a mental thing, but today, different story. It's supposed to blow later, though. It's supposed to get up at least 10 to 15 with some higher gusts. So I figure I'd get out here early. That's why I'm out here so early this morning. You know, besides waking up at 3:30 in the morning, not being able to go back to sleep. So it's we'll see what happens. We'll see if the fish are working. Again, I think it may be a little bit early for shallow water fishing at these temperatures. But you're not going to know until you put the baits in the water. As I've said before, I don't think it's widespread with fish going into their spring mode, but I think there are pockets of it happening, and this applies to bass, this applies to crappie, this applies to catfish. So, you know, I think as it starts to creep on up there to that 60-degree mark and hang around that mark, I think you will see more and more stuff happening. You may have to hop around, and that's kind of the plan today. I'm probably going to sit here about 45 minutes, and if I don't get hit, I'm going to be making some moves. So that's one thing about springtime is you can be in the right place and be a hero, or you can be in the wrong place and be a zero. Especially you guys that do any bank fishing, man. It can it's so much tougher because you're stuck in one place. And sometimes you just have to be persistent with it and wait it out. I got buddies that bank fish, and John, you know who you are, buddy. And you know, the way they win and the way they repeatedly catch big fish is they're out there all the time. They're out there through the bad times, and they wait for the good times to happen. And old John will, you know, he'll have days where it ain't that good, and then boom, he's putting 30-pound fish, you know, on the bank. So it's persistence. It's a different game than what we do in a boat, and you have to understand that and wrap your head around it and be okay with it. And you know, that's just the difference. So we'll sit back, see if we can stick one. Got a fish going right there. Boom. Hooked up. He's on top of the water. Yeah, baby. Hooked up. Took about 15 minutes. Finally got one to smoke a bait. Heck yeah. Happy to have them. Got a little excitement going on here. Let's see what the heck we got here. I see nettable. Oh, coming to life. Putting the old ugly stick to the test, but oh, he's nettable. The net wet. Thing ain't been wet in a while. There he is. Boom. All right. In the boat. Smoke show. Got him. Heck yeah. We'll start the day off with a 13-pound fish. Absolutely. A male. Surprise, surprise. Not really. There he is. Good looking blue cat. Simmer. There it is. Heck yeah. Silhouetted. against that rising sun. That's likely a male, big old mouth, very unhappy to see me. But he's gonna be happy to go back alive because he is getting the ticket. Boom, he gone. Oh, that morning sun is bright. It is chilly this morning. I am bundled up here in my Grundon's Gore-Tex suit, mainly to keep the wind off of me, which hasn't started blowing yet. It's supposed to blow today. I'm prepared for the worst. This is springtime. This is spring fishing. But as is always the case with spring, it's not always nice, beautiful spring weather. It's going to be nice today. It'll be up mid-60s, but this morning it's about 36 degrees. And just typical spring weather, typical spring fishing, up and down. I'm in about 58-degree water looking over my shoulder there on my Lowrance. And, you know, it's starting to hold some of that upper 50 temperature overnight. Still getting cold, but we got a lot of daylight. So it's getting a lot of light penetration and, you know, the temperature's starting to hold. We're creeping on up there into that 60-degree mark, that magic number I always say. So not that you can't catch fish when it's, you know, colder, but it's just really a lot of stuff starts to catch on fire. But there's already some stuff on fire in some places. You just got to find it. So it just becomes a little more widespread. I'm anchored up today and got baits, fan cast out around the boat, trying the shallow bite, sitting in, what are we? About 4 feet of water. So we're going to see how it works. A little bit of current, not much, just some casual flow coming in here. No rain recently. And if you'll notice, I'm not in the Lund. I'm in my skiff. Any of y'all that are new to the channel, most of the videos you've seen recently have been the Lund. I've got the skiff back out, the shallow water sled. And I like bringing it in shallow water. It drafts about 11 inches, so it gives you a little bit of more comfort zone coming up in here and some of the shallower stuff, bumping around and looking. So we're gonna see if the fish bite. I'll probably sit in these spots about 45 minutes. I'm gonna do some hole hopping. And I've got Santee rigs. I started to tie on some Carolina rigs and put them flat on the bottom, but I've just got Santee rigs on. And we're gonna see if the fish eat. I'm right here at sunrise. Generally, I would say be out here later in the day once the water warms up some more, but I don't know. It's too beautiful a morning. I woke up at like 3:30 this morning. Didn't need to be up that early, and just chilled and said, you know what? I'm gonna get the skiff put together. Didn't have everything on it. Matter of fact, got down the road and left my sonar unit on the other boat on the Lund. I actually swap units back and forth. Because I'm too cheap to buy 2 of them. So, but I've got a quick release system on it, which is kind of cool. So we'll sit back, see if we stick a fish. I think he may be running at the boat. Let's see. Boom, hooked him. Hooked up, hooked up, hooked up. Might have us one for lunch here, guys. I ain't above eating a catfish. I'm gonna tell you that right now. People think I don't eat the things. I love me a good old catfish. It looks like a channel. Yep. Pound for pound, most meat there is. There he is. Heck yeah. Good old male. I'll let him go. We ain't got many big male channel cats in here. Might be looking for a bed. Heck yeah. Channel cat, we made a move. I'll tell you about it here in a second. Tell you what I've been through. Pretty cat, back alive. All right, so the hole hopping strategy, going shallow that I was trying this morning when I caught that first fish, well, it didn't pay off. I hit 3 other places, sat in each of them about 30, 40 minutes. And I think I had 1 more bite, and that was it. No hookup on a fish. Tried the shallow stuff, just didn't work. The wind started to pick up a little bit, starting to get a little bit breezy. You may be able to see some trees moving in the background. Hopefully the wind noise ain't too bad. And I decided just to duck into a place, fish shallow, but get out of the wind. So I basically got the wind bank behind me in these houses, kind of knocking the wind down and just putting some baits here along the bank. This water is just a little bit warmer. I was hoping maybe there was some action with some crappie up here pulling up toward the bank, maybe. Not too spawn, but kind of pre-stage stuff, maybe some of the little males. And that's kind of the mentality here. I'm kind of at the mouth of this waterway where these fish kind of pull into and stage. So that's kind of the strategy here, working close to the bank, seeing if there's some fish pulling up there. Pre-spawn, bass doing the same thing. They're up in here too. So we'll give it a little bit and see if that strategy pays off again. We found the smaller fish, that's for sure. They're I'm not sure where the bigger ones are, but we found the small ones. First, the concept works. They're hitting about everything we're throwing at them. Look, another channel. Found the channel cat. They're going downhill in size though. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Getting bit. Past the time while I try to catch a bigger one. Now, one thing about this setup is that it's 100% bank fishable. There is, matter of fact, most of y'all would probably be throwing past where I'm catching these fish. I'm actually sitting here casting up into, I don't know, I'm anchored in 8 feet of water. I'm probably up into 6 or 5 feet. So yeah, you're probably throwing past a lot of these fish trying to get to that deep water. And this time of year when that deep water doesn't necessarily mean that's where the fish are. So yeah, it's a good example of that. So, you know, sometimes that's where they are. And depending on what's going on, it can be hot, it can be cold, it can be in between. But you know, here today, these fish are relatively shallow, not that deep of water. So good news for you folks bank fishing. Again, it's a little bit of a patience deal. There is a small area they're in. Don't know why that is. It's casting up around the dock. Maybe it's the dock itself. Maybe there's some brush around it. I didn't see anything on side scan. But then again, action brings action. You get an area where a fish hits a bait, there's some thrashing around, fish sense that, fish will pull back into that area. So we'll see. It could be a time of day thing too. It's getting later into the morning here, and let's see, we're about 11 o'clock. So that could have something to do with it. Don't know. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to get rid of the jacket because it's getting warm out here. But yeah, it's one of those things. Sometimes you just gotta keep with it and stay persistent. I'm gonna give it another. I'm gonna go to the length of probably my 15-minute rule. We've had a bite. I'll give it 15 more minutes. We'll see if we'll get another one, and eventually we'll get a span and I'll make a move. I think that one is running back to the dock. Yep, he is. Boom. I think he went through a couple more lines. That fish is running like it's, I was gonna say not a catfish, but it is a catfish. This one may be a better sized fish. Just because he took off. And again, did that fish come in there because of everything going on? I don't know. But we got him nonetheless. Oh yeah, it's definitely a better fish. We'll go to the net on that one. Oh yeah, that's a big fish. That's a big fish. Heck yeah. Boom, he is in the net. That's a big fish of the day, guys. Man, thank you, Lord. That's a good one. That is a good one. Told you. The little fish keep me patient to catch a good one. So that was worth it. Let's get it in here and take a look. Oh yeah. Nice fish. Heck yeah. Boga grip action going on. That's my real Boga grip, by the way. That's my original real one I've had forever. Easy. Simmer down, simmer down. Oh, your throat hooked. Oh, top of the throat. Good. That is fixable. You never see one hooked in the top of the throat. Top of the mouth, I should say. That is not common. Not common at all. So, just a little bit of tangle. I'm gonna Get that bait back out there, just in case there's a little pack of these things cruising through there. Not to mention I'm tangled into another one, which could lead to a bigger problem. That fish will be fine. Could lead to a bigger problem because if I don't see the bottom of this other one, it gets wrapped in a pier. It's just not good. We'll talk about bait here in a second if y'all hadn't figured it out yet. What I'm using, why? Because I'm cheap. No, not cheap. It's seems to work this time of the year, so I'm putting it to use. Shoot, right there, back in the same spot. Boom. Good. Good fish. Good fish. Easy. Stop it. Stop it. Oh yeah, that's us. Oh, 16, 17. Good fish. Heck yeah. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Make a little bit of noise, grinding them bones together. Yep. Nice fish. Good blue, good color, good and healthy. Get her back alive. Well, bang, there, finally a good one. Again, sometimes having those small fish in an area feeding, I think action brings action, maybe. It could be that some just finally fed through, maybe. Could be time of day. Like I said, we're getting later into the day, and maybe these fish are just now becoming active. I don't know. But it does go back to my point of the longer you can sit in one place, the better off you're going to be and the better chance you're going to have of catching a fish. Because I think there's a lot of times we walk away from fish, pack up and leave right before a big one bites. And I know that's easy to say, but I think it's why you see so many good fish caught on jugs, limb lines, trot lines. It's because those devices don't have anywhere to go. They don't have anywhere to be. They don't have a wife. They don't have a job. They don't have kids to pick up at school. They can sit there forever. So I think patience is the thing. Thought I seen a rod move. Sorry about that. Make sure one's not bopping. But yeah, the longer you can sit, the longer you can wait, the better your odds are. I talked about my friend John, the bank fisherman. Is why he consistently catches fish. Doesn't catch them every time, doesn't catch them every 20 minutes, but if he's out there enough, he'll catch some fish. Put some on the bank, in a net, in his hands, and on Facebook, Instagram, wherever he shows them off at. So yeah, it's being able to see. It's one of the things at night. You know, a lot of times people don't run that much. They get somewhere in park and wait it out, and I think that can add to your luck. I know, well, at night I hate moving around, running and gunning too much at night. I like to sit and wait. So, but yeah, we're on some fish. I am trying shrimp today. That seems to, we played around with it last year and had real good luck with it in the springtime. It's not on fire. I've split it up today and tried it first thing, caught that one fish on it, and then I've mixed it up with some chicken, so a couple I picked off on chicken. But yeah, just trying it out. Seems like at some point in springtime, it really, really works well. So, you know, it's worth giving a shot. We've caught good fish on it. We haven't caught any 50 or 60 pound fish, but teeners, 20s, 30s, we've caught all of them on it. So it does work. So we're gonna put them back in the water, probably give this whole 15 minutes, and then make a move. Got him. Crashing like a channel. It's okay. Made a little move. Oh yeah. Boom. Made a little move into, get my head cover off here. It's my Grundon's sun shirt. Keeping the sun off the back of my neck. Mud covered. That's a muddy one. We haven't seen that many mud covered fish today. This one's got a lot of mud on it. Usually a sign. Y'all know what that means. They're coming off a lethargic state. And back alive. Yeah, I just made a little move. Still on this same bank, protected from the wind. I can look out at the mouth here, and I can see the there's a white cap every now and then. It's not super bad yet, but kind of protected in it right here. Still working this bank. There's some fish here. Was hoping I'd get on another good sized blue in here. That would be nice, but another channel cat. So I may move around one more time in here. This is there's definitely some fish in here. There appear to be a lot of crappie out on the main channel here in the old river channel, and I just don't think they pulled up to the bank yet. I mean, we got 61-degree water today. I do see some suspended there. Looks like at about 10 feet, but I think we need about 1 or 2 more days of consistent temperatures right here for it to take off, because I think that's really what sparks a lot of stuff, is when that overnight temperature stays above 60. You know, when it dips down, you know, I mean, 6 is just kind of a range. And again, a lot of this is just daylight period too. Daylight, the amount of daylight you have is as important, if not more important, than water temperature when it actually comes to flip of the switch. So I think we got another one going here. Let's see. Yep, that is a fish. That is a fish. Let me get this thing in. Hooked up, baby. So what we got? I think it's a channel cat. I think we're on another channel. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just happy to get one. Happy to get one while I was talking to you too. Man, I should have kept some channel cats. And this one is on a Carolina rig. At about the, I don't know, 3rd stop this morning, I retied 3 of the rigs. 3 of them are still, there he is. A lot of mud again, another one loaded with mud. I retied 3 of the rigs with just a traditional Carolina rig. Maybe a 12-inch leader, a swivel, and then a small sinker on here. A very basic small Carolina rig. And I've caught a couple on it. So I was just curious if having the baits on the bottom would make a difference. Sometimes it does, depends where you're at. Depends what the fish are doing, but we've caught a mix. We've caught them on everything, as you've seen. So I think that's fish number 7 or so. So we got a mix of them. Wait this out for a little bit. There goes the joy of summer, a big old wake boat plowing through the water. That's the one thing about spring you forget about until you see it, and that's the wake boats and the jet skis. So that's why most of the time when I'm out here, especially guide trips, we leave before daylight. And hey, look at there, it's 12 o'clock. We'd be pretty close to being done by now because I can't stand the boat traffic. So, but that's summertime. There's stakeholders too in the lake. So it is what it is. It's springtime. It's summer.